What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, April 1st, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Disney and Pixar have detailed the additional cast of underwater creatures and the voices behind them for their upcoming animated sequel, Finding Dory. Set for release on June 17th, director Andrew Stanton has revealed that since main character Dory, played by Ellen DeGeneres, swims to her former coral reef home on the West Coast to find her parents in the film, it allows Pixar to introduce a variety of new characters. Stanton said in a statement, "We're introducing new characters, each of his or her own unique voice. Everyone has something special to offer, which makes it fun and elevates the whole story. Finding Nemo was a great calling card when it came to casting this movie. I don't take that for granted." Dory and her friends, Marlin, played by Albert Brooks, and Nemo, played by Hayden Rollins, will encounter Dory's parents, Charlie, played by Eugene Levy, and Jenny, played by Diane Keaton, a beluga whale named Bailey, played by Ty Burrell, a white shark called Destiny, played by Caitlin Olsen, and an octopus named Hank, played by Ed O'Neill. Stanton says the ocean is teeming with literally millions of species. People don't want to feel like they just spent the movie in a pond. There are just certain species of animals or fish that are fun to watch in real life, and you can't help but to throw a character on them. If they can find a home in Dory's story, great. It's a win-win. The animated feature will also serve as a reunion for The Wire stars Idris Elba and Dominic West, who will appear as two East London gangster sea lions, Fluke and Rooter. Stanton said to US Today, "Idris and Dominic are well-trained dramatic Shakespearean actors, but they can do comedy like nobody's business. They just ran with it. They played jolly and lazy real well." He also joked, "But the truth is, I really wanted to witness a Wire reunion, so we got them together." Dwayne Johnson gave fans a glimpse of the Baywatch cast Wednesday on Instagram. The 43-year-old actor shared a photo of himself with co-stars Zac Efron, Alexander Daddario, Kelly Roebuck, Infinite Hedera, and John Bass in their red and blue swimsuits. He captioned the group shot, "Exclusive first look, our entire hashtag Baywatch squad. Are we badass? Yes. Do we save lives? All day." Noticeably missing was Priyanka Chopra and David Hasselhoff, who played Mitch Buchanan on the original TV series. Johnson, who will take over the character, announced Hasselhoff will return for the reboot this month. He said at the time, hashtag Baywatch is one of the most successful TV shows of all time, and from the day we announced we were turning it into a movie, the Hoff has been our greatest supporter. Efron, meanwhile, will play Matt Brody, a character originated by David Charvet. Daddario will succeed Nicole Egger as Summer Quinn, with Roebuck and Pamela Anderson's role as CJ Parker. Baywatch aired for one season on NBC before a 10-season run in syndication from 1991 to 2001. The series follows the personal and professional lives of a group of Los Angeles County lifeguards. Horrible Bosses director Seth Gordon helmed the reboot, which opens in theaters May 19, 2017. Johnson will next star in Central Intelligence with Kevin Hart and also plays Spencer Strasmore on HBO's series Ballers. Ewan McGregor has expressed his interest in reprising his role as Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi in a potential Star Wars spin-off film. McGregor, who famously portrayed Obi-Wan in creator George Lucas' Star Wars prequel trilogy from 1999 to 2005, sat down with Collider, recently mentioning how he would be up for the opportunity. The actor said when it was mentioned that fans would like to see an Obi-Wan film starring McGregor, "I'd very much like to do one too." He also continued by saying, "I think the story between Episode 3 and Episode 4, I think there's a story there," continuing to explain how a standalone movie could work and tie into the work of original Obi-Wan star Alec Guinness. He says, "I think that's the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, if there is one. The one that bridges my Obi-Wan Kenobi and Alex's Obi-Wan Kenobi, because there is I don't know how long he's in the desert there, but it's got to be 20 or 30 years. When asked if he met with Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, the 45-year-old responded, "I'm not sure I'm at liberty to say really, but I'm very interested in doing that. That would be great. Maybe there's even a trilogy." Jon Bernthal has detailed a pair of intense encounters he had with fans after it was announced he would portray Marvel's anti-hero The Punisher. The actor, who first appeared as a vigilante in Season 2 of Netflix's hit superhero drama Daredevil, recalled the fans' interactions on Conan Wednesday, explaining how passionate comic book readers are for the character. Bernthal mentioned to late-night host Conan O'Brien that after being cast, he started visiting various comic book stores around the country in order to prepare himself for the role. The first visit went smoothly, with the 39-year-old even being offered free comics. However, things went differently during a visit to a comic book store in New York City. He said, "I got into a comic book store in Brooklyn. I get a whole stack and I go up to buy them, and he looks at me and goes, 'Yeah, I know who you are.' The owner then picked up apart Berthanow's collection of Punisher comic books and recommended other ones instead. The owner sternly exclaimed, 'Do not mess this up.'" Daredevil Season 2 is now streaming on Netflix. As Supernatural continues into Season 11, stars Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki have revealed how they see the long-running series coming to an end. Ackles said to Entertainment Weekly Wednesday, "If you asked me Season 1, I would have thought that it would have been the apocalypse. But then again, you can't end the TV show with the worst thing happening." He also added, "As we evolve, I think that there's different roads that the show could certainly go down that would be interesting. I think we've taken some really good turns." Padalecki mentioned how perhaps their characters, Spirit Hunter Sam and Dean Winchester, will go down in a blaze of glory. He said, "It's changing a lot over time. Part of me, loving Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, always thought it would be great to see the boys against insurmountable odds and to freeze frame on them and just hear stuff in the background. You don't know if they die, you don't know if they live, but you know that they're going to go out in a blaze of glory." Other ideas the duos threw around included seeing the two brothers viewing the end of the world from the hood of their cars. One thing the actors agreed upon, however, is that the ending needs to be action-packed. Padalecki added, "The boys can't stop fighting. As long as they're alive, they're not going to stop fighting. We're going to have to see them continue to do good things together. I think that's what's the most important thing." Ackles chimed in, "It's either going to be ending tragically or it's going to end not tragically, and I can kind of making an argument for both. I don't really know where it's going to go. I always thought Dean would make the ultimate sacrifice for his brother. I guess if I had to choose something, that would probably be what I would choose." For now, Supernatural shows no signs of slowing down or ending anytime soon, with the CW recently renewing the drama for a record-setting 12th season. Supernatural airs Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CW. Christopher Meloni and Mariska Hargitay worked as well together on set as their characters did on Law & Order SVU. The 54-year-old actor discussed his on-screen and off-screen relationship with the 52-year-old actress on Thursday's episode of Inside the Actors Studio. Meloni and Hargitay co-starred as Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson for 12 seasons before Meloni left the NBC series. Meloni recalled, "There was always an unspoken shorthand to what we were doing. There's a lot to be said for that. When you're working with someone for 16 hours a day, you better get along with the cameras aren't rolling as well as when it is." He shared, "Oh my God, we were always cracking up, constantly trying to make each other laugh. You know, not in certain scenes, no, but yeah, constantly busting chops." Stabler and Benson were on-the-job partners throughout Meloni's time on the series, but never took their relationship to the next level. The actor explained the show's writers understood the characters dating would ruin the partnership. He said, "That I think they always knew would be the death knell of their relationship. I think they needed to keep that line taut and very clear, keep the tension, never cross it." Meloni abruptly left Law & Order SVU in 2011 after failed contract negotiations. The actor denied he will reprise Stabler in an interview this month after showrunner Warren Leight sparked rumors of his return. The star told HuffPost Live, "No, I've heard that rumor along with everybody else. I have no idea where that came from or what that's about." Meloni has since played Jack Donavy on Surviving Jack and Jonas Jean on Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp. He now portrays August Pullman on WGN America's series Underground, which airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cameron Diaz is taking on the taboo surrounding the aging process in her newest book, The Longevity Book, in order to teach others how to live their healthiest lives. In a letter published to her book website, the Hollywood actress discussed how aging gets a bad rap. According to her, aging isn't about getting old, it's about living. Diaz wrote, "You need to have information that helps you to not just live a lifespan, but more importantly, a health span." Her book, she added, will consist of data gathered from the most cutting-edge research institutes institutions, information about the history of women's health, history that we can look to in order to inform the path of our future. The 43-year-old star is already the author of The Body Book, which discusses the complexities of the human body on a scientific level and how readers can use that knowledge to live healthier. In an Instagram photo promoting her new book, Diaz added the caption, "Learning that you can age well, which actually helps you age better. If you understand how your body works, then you can take actions to help it keep it in the best possible condition so it can carry you through a long and beautiful life." The longevity book will hit shelves April 5th. MythBusters will return to television after finding all new hosts via a reality competition. The Science Channel revealed it will revive the long-running series on its website Thursday, just 5 months after the Discovery Channel announced MythBusters will end after season 14. The Science Channel will find hosts to replace Adam Savage and Jamie Hyman on search for the next MythBusters. The Discovery-owned network is, quote, looking for superstars with mind-blowing building skills and nerves of steel for the reality show. Science Channel General Manager Mark Etkind said of the original show, "I didn't want it to let go, so we are looking really closely at what would be the best way to keep it alive and invigorate it, and thought, let's host a worldwide search for the next MythBusters." Etkind says ideal candidates are people who have building skills and are naturally inquisitive. The network will choose 15 contestants to solve challenges and test both classic and new myths in front of a panel of judges. Savage and Hyman performed nearly 3,000 experiments to prove or disprove the validity of various myths, rumors, movie scenes, and more on the original MythBusters. Season 14 premiered in January and concluded March 6. Etkin said of the revival's format, "We'll see who emerges victorious, and from those folks determine what's the best format. It's a long-running goal for Science Channel to have MythBusters on the air again." Melissa Joan Hart is working on a new 90s television revival. The 39-year-old actress confirmed she's in talks to reboot either Clarissa Explains It All or Sabrina the Teenage Witch during an appearance on Fab Life this week. Hart revealed, "I'm going to a meeting after this. They're throwing around Clarissa and Sabrina ideas. It depends on who's going to give up rights, who's going to do it, how it's going to be done. It's a lot of politics, and we are nowhere near doing anything." Hart played Clarissa Daring on Clarissa Explains It All for a 5-season run on Nickelodeon from 1991 to 1994. She went on to portray Sabrina Spellman on Sabrina the Teenage Witch for a 7-season run on ABC and WB from 1996 to 2003. The actress previously told E! News, "You can only go back to the well so many times. It's either going to be done really well and people will only know me as this one character for the rest of my life, or it's going to be really embarrassing and I'll never work again." She explained, "I think it's a really tricky fine line to walk as an actor. I had a fantastic time, but I think you just have to be really careful with that stuff. I know the fans say they want it, but then they're really hard on you afterwards." Clarissa Explains It All follows Clarissa, a teenager attending high school in suburban Ohio. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, meanwhile, focuses on Sabrina, a half-witch who discovers she has powers on her 16th birthday. Peter Dinklage is promoting his upcoming appearance on Saturday Night Live with the new short with cast member Cicely Strong. The clip, released Wednesday, features Dinklage and Strong discussing Dinklage's role as Tyrion Lannister on HBO's hit fantasy drama series Game of Thrones. It also shows upcoming musical guest Gwen Stefani. The actor proclaims in a dramatic fashion, referencing a famous line about winter from Game of Thrones, "You know what spring means. Summer is coming." Strong replies, "You know, my vote is still for winter. I think winter is scarier." Later, during a different segment, Dinklage begins to seemingly compliment Strong until he brings up Stefani's beautiful looks instead. The actor says after grabbing Strong's hands and admiring a collection of flags behind him, "You know what? They're almost as beautiful as Gwen Stefani. She is so fine. And she's been like fine since the 90s, no doubt." Dinklage will be hosting Saturday Night Live tomorrow at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time on NBC. Comedian Katt Williams is out on a $500 bond after he was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. Police arrested Williams after a clip of the celebrity punching a teenager went viral last week. The 42-year-old was arrested at his home and charged with disorderly conduct for brawling with the teen at an apartment complex in Gainesville, Georgia, according to Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Williams violated a previous bond and was held without bail until and after an appearing before a judge Thursday in court. The arrest came shortly after Williams was seen on video being wrestled to the ground by 17-year-old high school athlete Luke Walsh, who turned himself in to authorities Monday. An arrest warrant was issued for Williams after the fight was posted to social media. The two reportedly fought after a pickup soccer game. Gainesville Police Captain Kevin Holbrook said at the time, they both played roles in this altercation. They both should have known. You think Mr. Williams, a person of his age, would know better to pick a fight with a 17-year-old, but they both played active roles in this case. On Friday, Williams attempted to explain the altercation, his misunderstanding of the boy's age. According to a fan video that was taken last week, Williams said he thought Wash was 19 and wanted to teach him a lesson for challenging him. Whoopi Goldberg has partnered with edibles developer Maya Elizabeth to launch a female-centric medical marijuana line. The brand Whoopi and Maya provides women with remedies for menstrual discomfort in the form of a bath soak rub, tincture, and edible raw chocolate spread. Goldberg joined the ranks of other celebrities turned ganjapreneurs, including Snoop Dogg and Bob Marley's estate. The View co-host told USA Today, "I want to go nice and slow with this. I don't want this to be a joke to people. It's not a joke to women." Her products, specifically developed for and marketed to women, are inspired by her family, she told Glamour magazine. She explained pitching the idea to many males in the industry frequently proved fruitless. She told the magazine, "I have a daughter and two granddaughters who inherit my horrific menstrual cramps. Being a pot smoker for years, I talked to a lot of men in the marijuana business about developing something for period relief, and they always come back with, that's too niche a market. Half of the planet is not a niche market." Goldberg and partner Elizabeth's products are only available for sale in California, as marijuana has not yet been legalized on a national level. USA Today reports the products will launch in dispensaries in coming weeks. Goldberg, a frequent advocate for marijuana legalization and believer in its relieving properties, said of the new company, "This is quite nice, a nice, quiet way that I can be part of this. I had to help people if I were going to be involved." Kim Kardashian and Emily Ratajkowski shared a topless photo together Tuesday to promote free expression of sexuality. The 35-year-old reality star and 24-year-old model recreated the nude selfie Kardashian came under heavy fire for in early March and posted the photo on Instagram. Kardashian wrote, referencing her original caption, "When we were like, we both have nothing to wear, LOL at Emma Ratajkowski added, "We are more than just our bodies, but that doesn't mean we have to be shamed for them or our sexuality." Hashtag liberated at Kim Kardashian. The Blur Lines video star was one of several celebrities to show their support for Kardashian's controversial selfie, posting a nude photo of herself after the scandal. She herself faced criticism from social media users who suggested she's too thin. Kardashian defended her selfie as an expression of confidence and sexuality in a blog posted on her website this month. The reality star responded to those who criticized her for going nude as a mom of two by saying she's, quote, allowed to be sexy as a mother. The star wrote, "I'm empowered by my body. I'm empowered by my sexuality. I'm empowered by feeling comfortable in my skin. I'm empowered by showing the world my flaws and not being afraid of what anyone is going to say about it." She also added, "It's 2016, the body shaming and slut shaming, it's like enough is enough. I will not live my life dictated by the issues you have with my sexuality. You be you and let me be me." Modern Family star Ariel Winter and model Amber Rose are among the other stars who voiced their support for Kardashian. The reality star and her family will return on E-Series Keeping Up with the Kardashians in May. In a related story, Khloe Kardashian is putting her rumors of a feud with brother Robert Kardashian's girlfriend, Blac Chyna, to rest. The 31-year-old reality star discussed her family's complicated relationship with the 27-year-old model following reports she and Blac Chyna had a screaming match over Rob. Khloe explained on Wednesday's episode of Cocktails with Khloe, "My brother's dating Blac Chyna. My sister Kylie Jenner is dating Tigger, who is Chyna's baby daddy." She acknowledged, "It's like a soap opera, so it sounds very dramatic," which it is. "But I haven't seen Chyna in a few years, but her and I do not get into a fight." Radar Online reported Khloe and Blac Chyna had an ear-splitting explosive phone call over the model's relationship with Rob. Khloe Kardashian previously clashed with Blac Chyna's friend Amber Rose after she dissed Kylie and Tigger's relationship. Rob and Blac Chyna were first linked in January and have been inseparable since. The 29-year-old reality star's mom, Kris Jenner, recently said Rob is doing well, but admitted she doesn't know much about his relationship. She said of Blac Chyna, "I really haven't seen her that much, and I don't know her as well as everyone else, but she seems like a really nice girl. I just haven't been around her too much." Blac Chyna was noticeably missing when Rob celebrated his birthday with his family, including Kylie and Tigger this month. The model and Tigger were together from 2011 to 2014 and shared 3-year-old son, King Kyle Stevenson. Scott Disick is opening up about his post-split relationship with Kourtney Kardashian. The 32-year-old club promoter discussed his future with the 36-year-old reality star on Wednesday's episode of the Kyle and Jackie O show. Reconciliation rumors have been swirling about the pair, who have several friendly reunions in recent months. Disick declared, "She's my best friend. I love her to the day I die. We're just trying to make the best of it, and life goes on. Things aren't easy, but things are going very well right now. I'm just happy that we're able to be on good terms." He also added, "Of getting back together, I never thought a lot of things were going to happen in my life the way they did, so I don't really rule anything out. I don't have plans in my mind of what's going to happen, so if things are meant to be, they will be." The star revealed, "I'm not really thinking about dating at this point in my life. There were things we both need to work on, so as of right now, we're in a good place. I don't know if either of us want more than where we're at." Disick and Kardashian sparked fresh reconciliation rumors this week by announcing they're getting back together in a Snapchat video. The pair were joking in the clip, but many commented on their very real, seemingly chemistry. Kardashian previously told her followers, "By the way, everyone relax. People that have 3 kids together spend time together." Disick and Kardashian were together for 9 years before splitting in July. The pair shares 6-year-old son Mason, 3-year-old daughter Penelope, and 15-month-old son Rain, and took Mason and Penelope to the wizarding world of Harry Potter this month. Ariana Grande flies solo in her latest music video for Dangerous Woman. The 22-year-old pop star released a new clip titled Dangerous Woman Visual 1 and featured Grande scantily clad in black lace lingerie early Thursday morning. The young astronauts directed the music video, which is the second from Grande's upcoming album Dangerous Woman, out May 20th. The first was Focus, which went platinum in the U.S. and peaked number 7 on the domestic charts. Grande's Dangerous Woman, released earlier this month, peaked at number 10 on the U.S. Billboard charts. The singer is the first artist to debut her first 3 lead singles in the top 10 on Billboard's Hot 100 charts. She is also the youngest female artist to debut with well over 400,000 single purchases, according to ATRL. Beyonce is the star of a promotional clip announcing the launch of her new activewear brand, Ivy Park. The Formation singer and Ivy Park co-founder revealed the new line Thursday, showing off pieces including a leotard, headbands, and a variety of exercise outfits. The brand will be available in Topshop, Nordstrom, and Zalando starting April 14th, the company's website said. It will also be available on Hudson Bay in North America, Net-a-Porter in the United Kingdom, and Zalora in Asia. The brand is described as one of which merges, quote, fashionably designed with technical innovation, creating a new kind of performance wear, modern essentials for both on and off the field. Rihanna released a sultry music video for Kiss It Better Wednesday after teasing the project on social media. The NSFW black and white video sees the 28-year-old Barbadian singer sport several revealing lingerie numbers as she dances and works on a simple stage. Kiss It Better is the second single to debut from Rihanna's 8th studio album, Anti. The record topped the Billboard 200 album charts following its release in January and included the singles Work and Needed Me. The star said in the April issue of Vogue, "I didn't really know what the sound of the album would be in the beginning. I knew what I wanted to feel. I didn't quite know how I wanted to hear it, but I knew that I would know it when I felt it." She also explained, "Every time we've done an album, we've always stepped out a little bit. I didn't want to get caught up with anything the world liked, anything the radio liked, anything that I liked that I've already heard. I just wanted to be me." Rihanna kicks off her Anti-Tour March 12th in Jacksonville and will bring the venture to a close August 21st in Chelmsford, England. The Weeknd no longer accompanied her on the European leg due to unforeseen changes. Kanye West's The Life of Pablo is coming to Spotify after an exclusive digital residency on Jay-Z's Tidal streaming service. What West has proclaimed to be a living and breathing project will become available on the free service and everywhere else starting Friday, according to a report by Mashable. News of the release comes just as West again made changes to the record, this time on 12 tracks out of its 19. The Chicago-born rapper reportedly made changes to Ultralight Beam, Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, and Waves amongst most of the others. The changes included fresh recordings, lyric changes, and better quality mix, according to critics. The Life of Pablo made its debut on Tidal in February, but was never sold in stores or available to buy or listen to on Apple Music, Spotify, Rhapsody, and other sites. In mid-February, West tweeted Pablo would, quote, never, never, never be available on Apple Music, but may have had a change of heart. The only song from Pablo which has been released on Spotify is I Love Kanye, which came out Wednesday. And let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1984, Marvin Gaye is shot and killed by his own father. At the peak of his career, Marvin Gaye was the prince of Motown, soulful voice behind hits as ranging as How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You and Mercy, Mercy Me, The Ecology. Like his label mate, Stevie Wonder, Gaye both epitomized and outgrew the crowd-pleasing sound that made Motown famous. Over the course of his roughly 25-year recording career, he moved successfully from upbeat pop to message music to satin chic soul, combining elements of Smokey Robinson, Bob Dylan, and Barry White into one complicated and sometimes contradictory package. But as the critic Michael Eric Dyson put it, the man who chased away the demons of millions with his heavenly soul and divine art was chased by demons of his own throughout his life. That life came to a tragic end on this date in 1984 when Marvin Gaye was shot and killed by his own father one day short of his 45th birthday. If the physical cause of Marvin Gaye's death was straightforward, gunshot wound to chest, perforating heart, lung, and liver, according to the Los Angeles County coroner, the events that led to it were much more tangled. On the one hand, there was the long-standing conflict with his father dating back to childhood. Marvin Gaye Sr. was a preacher in the Hebrew Pentecostal Church and a proponent of a strict moral code he enforced brutally with his 4 children. He was also, by all accounts, a hard-drinking cross-dresser who personally embodied a rather complicated model of morality. By some reports, Marvin Sr. harbored significant envy over his son's tremendous success, and Marvin Jr. clearly harbored unresolved feelings towards his abusive father. Those feelings spilled out for the final time in the Los Angeles home of Marvin Gaye Sr. and his wife Alberta. Their son, the international recording star, had moved into his parents' home in late 1983 at a low point in his struggles with depression, debt, and cocaine abuse. 1 year removed from his first Grammy win and from a triumphant return to the pop charts with Sexual Healing, Marvin Gaye was in a horrible physical and psychological and financial shape, and now he found himself living in the same house as the man who must have been at the root of many of his struggles. After an argument between father and son escalated into a physical fight on the morning of April 1st, 1984, Alberta Gaye was trying to calm her son in his bedroom when Marvin Sr. took a revolver given to him by Marvin Jr. and shot him 3 times in the chest. Marvin Gaye's brother Frankie, who lived next door and who held the legendary singer during his final minutes, later wrote in his memoirs that Marvin Gaye's final disturbing statement was, "I got what I wanted, I couldn't do it myself, so I made him do it." And that is your entertainment report for Friday, April 1st, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless you all.